Throw a slack, you fucking moron!
Okay. Can I do
And
the
then do you want me to do the intro?
No, I'll do the intro.
Oh,
Since
okay.
you did the outro, I'll do the intro.
I think that'll flow nicely.
Yeah, I think so. Mamma Mia Pizzeria, everybody. Welcome to yet another little bonus episode that we're doing at the beginning of the year. Last episode,
boner.
last episode we talked about all the stuff that happened in 2025, and in this episode we're talking about all the stuff that happened over the past 25 years, but just in movies this time. So here we go.
Did it make sense that boner was for bonus?
Yeah,
Okay. I just don't want people getting confused by that.
I think you're good.
All right. Anyways,
stop.
last 25 movies, 10 from 25.
10 third 29.
So I figure we go back and forth. Like we'll do 10, each do our 10, then 9, and so forth.
I do want to say I do have a couple honorable mentions that I'll just say and not really touch on.
Didn't
Much.
allow that. That's not allowed. So
But then also the 10 I just like cobbled together. I also feel like I'd need to know all the movies that I've seen and then rank them, but I did my best to make a decent 10.
have you thought of your memory?
Bad. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I mean, there's some that I was kind of like, I don't need to put this on here. Like There Will Be Blood was one of them. I was kind of like, I like it, but like that's not. It's not me. Like it's not like it doesn't like represent my interiority.
Interiority.
Yeah. So these are more like, it's like, yeah, guys, I get it. Like they might not be the best, but like they're my best movies. Like they're
Sure.
the movies like I like the most.
Yeah, that is
And
the
that
same
I
with
think
me.
about a lot.
That is the
It's
same
not
with
like
me.
it's not like, oh yeah, we're gonna put Social Network. Sorry, this might be a bit of a slight to some other podcast, but The Social Network's the #1 movie of all time, of the century. It's like, yeah, I get it, it's good, but like Zuck can fuck. No, actually he can't. Zuck cannot, but he can F off. And also, I just thought about putting The Social Network on. I don't know. I might regret it. So
Just
like
say it as an
Moneyball,
honorable
Social
mention.
Network.
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood is another one. I'm sure I'm going to forget more. Fast 5, my favorite Fast and Furious, one of the great action movies. The John Wicks. I've stated my love for them mostly on the on this thing. Yeah, like I don't know, there's stuff like that. You could mention like 100 honorable mentions, but
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay, my honorable mentions, I'm just going to blast through them. I wanted to put a Star Wars on here, but the only Star Wars that were released are all the Disney ones, and then
Prequels.
well, but not Phantom Menace, though, because Phantom Menace would have made the top 10 for me, but only Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith came out in the 2000s, because Phantom Menace was 1999. So I put Revenge of the Sith as an honorable mention because that's, I think, my most viewed Star Wars film, and I do love it. I don't think it cracks the top 10 for me.
Really? You
but
like Phantom Menace more?
it's my favorite one. It changes, but Phantom Menace is
I
my
thought
favorite
Return
one in
was.
this stage. It was for quite a while. I just love Qui-Gon Jinn
Well,
too much.
If we do Star Wars, we can litigate that.
Okay. Wake Up Dead Man I also put on just because I think I've just liked all the Knives Out movies, and that's my favorite one. So
I think it could
honorable
be a
mention.
heavy climber for the next
I agree.
25 years.
I agree.
I guess if
I
we
also put
survive that long.
I put Room on here, not The Room, but Room, starring Brie Larson and Jacob Tremblay. That I think
kid
was
he's like 12 years old or something right now.
He's not 12. He's older than that.
He's like 12 years old or something, isn't he?
No, I think he's probably like near 16 or something by this point.
He's got to be at least 11.
Okay, now I have to look it up. We've talked about this guy's Jacob Tremblay. He's Canadian. He is currently 19 years old.
Ugh.
Which means he was born in 2006. Which is crazy. But Room was, I really liked Room, but also I think Room was one of the first movies that I watched where while watching and after watching, I was like, oh, that was like a great movie. Like, that was a great film. Like, I think it was one of the first ones that I really, like, understood that there's kind of different classifications for films. And that was, like, a great one. But
that was kind of me
also,
with Moneyball. I saw it in theaters and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen something that good.
Yeah. That was kind of me with Room as well. And later with another movie that's on my top 10, which we'll get to. Also honorable mention, the Lego Movie. I remember the trailer for that movie coming out, and me being like, I think this is going to be really good, and everyone being like, this is going to suck ass. Like, it's the Lego Movie. Like, that's not going to be good. It's about Lego. And then it came out and kind of like surprised a lot of people, and I felt very vindicated. But I think that movie
with the second one, that's crazy.
Second one just like didn't. Anyway. It wasn't bad. It was a fine movie, but it was nothing. It was nowhere close to the first one.
We should do a Lego franchise series.
Hit the Lego Ninjago. Hit the Lego Batman. Hit the Bionicle movies. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna come.
Looks
we
like
could just do the Bionicle movies. That's 4 movies, dude. We could just do that for a bit.
Yeah.
I deserved that. I just think the Lego Movie, I think, was the precursor to a lot of other movies that I think sprung into the spotlight. I think that it kind of was a bit of a setup for Into the Spider-Verse as far as like different animation, kind of like experimenting with like frame rates, stuff like that. And then also I think like the Barbie movie with like having a brand related movie that at the end kind of steps into real life and connects to a real life
with Will Ferrell
and just like
in it.
Yeah, and both have Will Ferrell. Both he's the real world guy as well, which is interesting. Anyway, speaking of which, Into the Spider-Verse, another honorable mention.
That's one of mine too.
I think responsible for making the animation genre more interesting for a bit.
American for sure.
Although now a lot of things are just starting to look like Into the Spider-Verse, but like whatever. It happens. And then my last honorable mention, Judas and the Black Messiah. Almost had it on the top 10. I almost swapped it out for my number 10. But Judas and the Black Messiah was just a great movie. I've only seen it the one time, so that's what kind of put it down. But great movie. Holy shit. The performances in that are ridiculous.
Another honorable mention for me is Widows. That's a good one.
Okay.
Cynthia Erivo's in that, I believe. Quite good.
She's great. Oh,
She's
you know
not
what?
singing
Honorable
and doing
mention
all
the
that
first Wicked as well.
bullshit.
Honorable mention the first Wicked.
If you say
Okay.
so.
It was good.
All right.
Let's get into it.
You go first.
Okay. My number 10 is Blade Runner 2049.
I thought you would have this on here. I thought about it, but I haven't seen it enough.
Me neither. I would like to maybe just as like a short little series do Blade Runner 1 and Blade Runner 2049. I watched the first Blade Runner the night before seeing Blade Runner 2049 in theaters, and I was baffled by, one, how good Blade Runner 2049 was, but also how close and how faithful a sequel it was, considering how much later it came out, like, to the first one.
And how different it is in like almost every production aspect.
Yeah. Like, because especially at that point, I think there had been a precedent set that if a sequel comes out like 10 or more years after the first one, it's probably going to be stinky and not really have the spirit of the first one. And it truly felt like the most, it felt like they'd made a sequel immediately after, but with like today's technology.
And great Gosling
whatever.
performance.
Great Gosling performance. Harrison Ford isn't phoning it in.
Yeah, he's trying. Just like when he played Red Hulk.
Yep. It looks so good. The soundtrack is so good. It's just that's another one I need to watch again, but I just think like that is my go-to movie for like faithful sequels to reference. Like it was
How many Denis Villeneuve movies do you have on the list?
That might be the only one.
Really? I'm kind of surprised by that, but we'll get to why later. Anything else on Blade Runner?
Nope. Just very good.
Okay. My first one is Drive My Car. It is a foreign language movie. Korean. No, Japanese. Sorry. Because they, I believe, go to Hiroshima. But it's basically about an actor, and he goes... not an actor. What am I saying? He's like... takes on basically staging a production. There's a lot more other stuff that goes into it, but I don't really want to spoil much. But he takes on staging this production, and he hires this young female driver. And basically, it's a lot of talking, and they just like develop a kind of relationship that's very sweet and nice. And this movie just lives in my head and has some of my favorite and most creative things that I've seen in a movie in a long time. And it's one of those movies where like I watched it one time and I absolutely adored it, and I'm scared to watch it again. In like, because I saw it in theaters, and so I'm scared to watch it in less than prime circumstances, but I am almost 100% sure that I will enjoy it again. And it's also based, I think, relatively loosely on a Haruki Murakami story, who is an author that I like. And, you know, if we're talking New Year episode, maybe a resolution is to read a couple Murakami books. But Drive My Car is like, it's a completely unique experience that I don't hear people talk about a lot. Like it got a bit of Oscar buzz, but has faded since.
Which is always unfortunate. That's something that's described as a hidden gem down the line.
Yeah. And I don't know if it'll get that status back. It's like 3 hours long. It's a bit of a tough sell, but yeah, I don't know. I loved the movie, and will think about it for probably the rest of my life.
Wow. High praise.
Anyway, you're number 9?
Should you go 9 and then I go like do a serpentine?
I don't care. Okay. Avatar is my number 9. The first one.
Okay. Fair.
I was impressed by this movie so much that when I was thinking about bumping it off for some other movies like Fast 5, like a couple John Wicks, I was like, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
Like, I just enjoy this so much. It gets in my bones a little more than almost any other big blockbuster sci-fi movie, and it's kind of my big blockbuster sci-fi entry on the list.
Yeah.
I think it's emblematic of like the highs that can be reached in this form.
Well, it's like the peak of like immersion in movies, I feel, and that is kind of the main thing it's trying to achieve.
Yeah. And I was like, do I put an end game or something on here for this spot? But like, I think Avatar just does almost everything better than most of the almost all of the blockbusters that have come out in the last 25 years. Like, it's hard to think of franchise blockbusters that work better. I have one a little higher on the list, but
yeah, I think I know which one. Great entry. I sounded like a geek there. Great entry.
Oh, very astute entry, sir.
Yeah. Number 9, I have Get Out. Jordan Peele,
Oh.
Daniel Kaluuya. For a while, for many years, this was what I would say was my favorite movie. And then I watched more movies. But this was like this was like very, very great. One of the best theater experiences I've had. I felt like the whole like audience was like so engaged. It was one of the few movies I've been to that was like an original film where there was applause in the theater. Like usually applause is for like the Marvels, the Star Warses, the Minecraft
Kinda like
movies.
fanfare stuff.
Yeah, but in the end of Get Out, like when certain characters were doing certain things, like the audience was so engaged
I
and
think people
enthralled.
have seen Get Out. I don't think.
Yeah. When he gets out, there was a lot of cheering.
And then the like fear that comes over people when the siren and like the flashing lights come on.
Yeah.
Like, that is such an incredible way to end the movie.
Yeah, so good. And like what a first entry. I also liked Us. I also liked Nope. But I think Get Out is still my favorite of those three probably. I would like to rewatch Nope. But Get Out was just so good.
That's kind of like because that's 2018, I believe.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
it's kind of a lost period in my theater going because I was at Bishop's.
Mm-hmm.
So
You and I
didn't really
did
go to
see
the
Get Out
theaters a
together,
lot.
though.
Yeah. But like Black Panther, a fair amount of the other big ones from that year, I just didn't make it out to see because I was just at school and there wasn't a movie theater near me.
Yeah,
But yeah, Get Out's a good one.
it's a good one. All right, my number 8, Wall-E. I think still probably top of the list as far as Pixar movies for me. There's others that kind of sneak into that contention, like An Inside Out. Maybe I really liked Soul. I loved Luca. There's a lot that creep into, and then obviously the Toy Stories, blah blah blah. But Wall-E has kind of like maintained that number one spot for me for a long time. I just think like the first 25 minutes is no dialogue. Like a lot of the movie is no dialogue. And it just succeeds at the emotion it's trying to get across so well. And I just think it's a great film.
I was first watching it in the basement at my dad's on the TV, and I thought the shit was broken because they weren't saying anything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And then I watched the whole movie, and I was like, wow, that's a good movie, man.
Yeah.
Now I want to go
It's
play
great.
mini sticks.
It's a great movie. I also think that's a big part of it is I just think it's very... It feels like a full package, but not an overflowing package. Like it feels like it's just the right length. It's got just what it needs in. It feels like everything in there is necessary. Nothing is too much. Nothing is left out. Like it just feels very well put together and good. So that's my number 8.
Yeah. I said wow because this is kind of our Pixar spot, I guess, because my number 8 is The Incredibles.
I knew it. I almost put it on there, but I was like, Calder's probably going to put it on there. And
I
can just talk
love
about
The
it then.
Incredibles so much, man.
It's so good.
It's just a fantastic movie. It is like, it's probably the best superhero thing that came out in these last 25 years.
Yeah.
And Incredibles 2 is not too far behind it. Like maybe the first Iron Man is above Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm. I almost
some of
put the
the
first
Batman
Iron Man
stuff.
on mine as well.
Yeah. But The Incredibles, perfect. Everything I want out of a superhero movie. They kind of did it too well.
So well that they
'Cause-
could not do a sequel for a while.
Yeah. And then also people who are trying to do the same thing, like the Fantastic Fours, which they've tried 3 times,
Yep.
can't do it. But Incredibles
everyone
does
just goes, The
literally the
Incredibles is a better
Fantastic
version of
Four so
this.
much better.
Yeah.
I love The Incredibles. It's my favorite. One thing I was also thinking, bit of a meta topic here. You want to cut out these top 10 lists and just do like a 2-epper this week? Because
We
we're
can talk
going
about this after.
quite long.
Yeah. This could also just be a longer episode, or we
Okay.
could cut it and do it. We'll
Anyway.
talk about it after.
Rolling into The Incredibles, my other sort of, it's less of a blockbuster because it didn't do as well. But my other big action summer movie, Fury Road.
Yeah.
Gotta be the best action movie of the last 25 years. Some of the craziest stunts, some of the most unique visuals, and some of the best world building, and probably the best like legacy sequel that there has been, which is a weird distinction because I don't think that should exist.
Well,
But if
that's
you
kind
think
of what I
about
was
it,
talking
it's
about
like-
with Blade Runner 2049, where it's like these
Yeah.
sequels that are coming out way after the original IP. Like the room to be bad is large. So when one hits as hard as a Blade Runner 2049 or a Mad Max Fury Road, it's like special.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's something that you like, I don't know. It takes over you. It doesn't even make any sense how the movie works, but it somehow works, and it is enjoyable the entire time and riveting.
Yeah.
I don't know. George and Furiosa, honestly, is like another hit of that. A step below, but also quite good.
Yeah. Very good. I think
Give
you're
me
next.
another number 7. No, because I did Incredibles and then Fury Road.
Right. So it's all right.
So this
Thank
is 7.
you. 7. I'll try to be brief on this. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I wanted to put Harry Potter. I did want to put a Harry Potter on here just because those movies were a big part of my life for a long time, and they hold a special place on my heart, and I do love them. I do kind of have a weird relationship with Harry Potter now, simply because J.K. Rowling sucks.
I don't know. Man. If you've already got the DVDs, it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not spending more money on Harry Potter stuff, but I can still enjoy the previous. And Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone's, I think, my favorite one. For a while, it was Prisoner of Azkaban. I was kind of moved around, but what?
I know you've been a Prisoner of Azkaban head for a while.
I do think that's the best one, but I think Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is just like, it's so warm, it's so magical. There's such like this like earnest kind of like mystique to it. I just think like there's something about the first one. The second one has it a little bit as well, but it's really that Chris Columbus spark, and I think it really shines through in the first one. And it sets enough of a standard that it kind of permeates through all of them, but I think none of them really reach that level like the first one does. And it's just like such a warm movie to me. So
yeah,
I'd say
we can talk about it if we do a Harry Potter, but I think there's an evolution in the Harry Potter movies that's kind of necessary. But those first 2 really have a feeling that you're like, I just love this. It's so charming.
It leaves me very curious, because he was originally going to, and then he was like, this is a huge commitment. But I'd be curious to see how a fully Chris Columbus directed Harry Potter franchise would look.
The Fantastic Beasts stuff probably works better in a Chris Columbus established world than
David Yates.
Yeah. That guy. The auteur, David Yates.
So yeah, that's my Harry Potter entry, and we can move on. Number 6 on my list, Whiplash. Miles Teller, J.K. Simmons, Damien Chazelle. Once again, another movie where I watched it and I was like, wow, there's few things I've seen as good as that. It's just so... It's the most tense movie I've ever seen that had no action or anything in it. It was just... it's kind of on the same level as my next entry, which we'll get to after yours, but where... Yeah, just it's so engaging, but it's almost all just like dialogue and acting. Like there's very few other kind of like factors at play. It's just like pure. I don't know. It just feels like script and acting are just carrying it at every.
I almost put a Babylon on here. I love Babylon, another Chazelle. But I took it off last minute because I haven't seen it enough, I don't think.
All right. I know you were big on it when it came out.
I'm still pretty big on it, but I just didn't want to make a commitment that I couldn't handle. But I think Damien Chazelle is like lost the cultural sauce, but he's very, very good.
Do you have
Like,
a Damien
all
Chazelle on your
four-
list?
No, Babylon
Okay.
was going to be it.
Because I thought you might put La La Land on there, but I wasn't sure.
I like it. I also
I
like
almost did it.
First Man. Is that what the... Have you seen that one? It's quite good. All four of his movies are very good, and I think his next one sounds, from what I heard about it when I heard about it, I can't remember what it's about, but I remember it being interesting.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy thing to say, that I don't know what something is about, and I think it's interesting, but oh well.
Yeah.
My number 6, if you're done with Whiplash, Nope, my Jordan Peele.
Okay, interesting.
I was low on it when we first came out of the theater. I was a little bit more of an Us head back then. But I've
Interesting.
really come around to Nope. I watched it like 2 or 3 more times, and it's just so enjoyable, and again, such a unique premise.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer.
Yeah, man.
Any movie that has
Steven
Keith
Yeun.
David in it, I love. Look forward to next week. Yeah, it's just Nope is one of the greats to me.
Yeah,
I
I
think
definitely.
it's only grown in my estimation.
I mentioned before I got to rewatch it. I think I also got to rewatch Us, but I do think I remember seeing Nope in the theater, and I feel like everyone was kind of in a place of like almost feeling a need to like look for the little hints and like things to break down about the message, blah blah blah. Which there is that in the movie, which might be better upon repeat viewings. But I feel like Nope is a lot better when you're just watching it for the movie it is. And I don't know. I'd love to watch it again. Great choice.
Yeah. Number 5, I think you probably have this on your list. I honestly, also, I didn't check what year this came out, so maybe I'm lying. I might have to move some stuff. Okay, yeah. Spirited Away.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you have this on your list.
I do have this on my list, so I'll talk about it a bit more later, but you go ahead.
Just lovely. Just such an enjoyable movie. Something I, not to be rude, but didn't think I would enjoy, but just gets in your heart, makes you feel something, and is beautiful and unique.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Great
Number
choice.
5 for you, big guy.
Number 5 for me, mentioned it before, Conclave, which similar to Whiplash.
He loves the Pope.
It's so good. Similar to Whiplash, just like so much tension, and like it feels so energetic while almost nothing is happening. Like everything is happening like under the skin of everybody else. It's very, very good.
You want to get in people's skin?
I'm just yeah. This is just making me want to watch it again, to be honest. It's just very, very good, and I recommend it to anyone. It's kind of a sleeper hit. Didn't really get much Oscar or award season love. It got a little bit, but not nearly enough. Such a good
because that guy had All Quiet on the Western Front, and everyone was like, "Why? How the hell did this thing win for so much?"
It did win a lot. Every
Best
single
score.
time they won something.
I think that cut out on Discord.
So love Conclave. Highly recommend. Next, my number 4, Booksmart.
I thought about that too.
I love Booksmart. So many laugh out loud moments upon first viewing and upon repeat viewing, but certainly the first watch there were some where we had to pause because I was crying laughing. And it's just so sweet also. It feels so very earnest and raw. but also just so funny. Every single performance in the movie is so good, and I just really love that movie. You?
My number 4 is Prisoners.
Great
My
pick.
Denis Villeneuve. My
Great
Denis
pick.
Villeneuve. I knew I wanted one of his movies. I don't think any of the other ones are as stick with me as much as Prisoners. Like, just an incredible performance by Hugh Jackman. Honestly, what I wish he was doing most of the time.
Yeah.
The singing stuff's fun, but the song Sung Blues is for the 3 old women in front of me at Marty Supreme. It's not really for me.
Well, he's got to have more fuel for when he goes on tour.
That's true. What does that mean?
Like, he's got to have more shit he can sing. So he's got to do more song movies.
He goes on tours?
Dude, I know multiple middle-aged women in my life who have seen Hugh Jackman in concert. He goes on tour,
I
man.
didn't even know that happened.
Yeah. And I think he makes a lot of money doing it. So I can't really blame him.
But this movie is just fantastic.
Yeah.
The dueling plots of Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal, the performance by Paul Dano is incredible, and just the central mystery is riveting. Like, it falls into this. I keep saying riveting, I think. But
That's
it's
okay.
a little like Widows in a way, where it's like you're tense the whole time and you don't know where these turns are going to take you.
Can I be honest?
I love Prisoners.
It's not quite the same, but Prisoners is my 7. Like,
I would
I
agree
think-
with that kind of statement.
yeah, I feel like they're similar vibes of movies in a way, but Prisoners I feel like has stuck with me a lot more than 7 did, or 7 has. I think similar to what you said, there are a few movies that I've recalled a scene from as much as Prisoners. Just like, it's so real, and it's the acting performances are so good that it's almost hard to watch at times because they're so raw and emotional. But it's just, I don't know. It's just so good. What an incredible film. Honestly, I didn't remember Prisoners. It probably would have been on my list, or at least on my honorable mentions.
I thought you
So
would
good.
have it on there. That's why I asked about the Denis Villeneuve movies.
I thought you were talking about Dune, and then I thought you'd have Dune on here, which I thought about, but I didn't do.
But honestly, like Incendie, I like Polytechnique, Arrival,
I
Prisoners.
haven't seen Arrival. I really should.
The Dune movies. There's another Denny one that I'm forgetting, but they're all great. Like, he really is like one of our great directors. I think I'm overlooking not having some sort of Christopher Nolan movie on here, but spoilers for the list. Anyway, I like Denny Villeneuve.
It's going to be
Christopher
Odyssey.
Nolan.
That's why. We're leaving it for Odyssey.
Honestly, shit looks fucking sick.
So, it does look good.
Number 3 for me, Superbad. Hard for me to make a
Fair.
list like this and not include it.
It's true.
I was going between Booksmart and Superbad, though I love both. I think Superbad just edges it out because I've watched Superbad approximately 4,000 times.
Yeah. Those are kind of
just-
like similar vibe of movie. I would have
Yeah.
guessed you put Superbad. I would have guessed I put Booksmart. So,
Yeah. Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, and McLovin are all just like great guys to hang out with, even then when they're pieces of shit. There's a sort of nostalgia factor to it for me too, about just like, not that we went to high school in that era, but like that feeling of high school where you're just kind of like bumbling around. You're like, what the fuck do I even do?
yeah.
Love that. And then there's just some great stuff with Bill Hader, Seth Rogen. All the teachers I think are funny.
Christopher Muntz. Is that his name?
Christopher Mintz-Plasse,
Mintz-Plasse?
the McLovin character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Christopher Muntz. I think I was thinking of the villain from Up.
I forget that there's a villain in Up most of the time.
Most people do.
Yeah, so Superbad's my number 3. Just
Very good choice.
honestly, the only thing now that I'm thinking about it that maybe should have edged this out is Anchorman, because I know that movie like it's the back of my hand. But
Another great choice. Okay. My number 3.
faked
That was
it.
like my version of a drum roll. Lord of the Rings. I didn't specify which one. I guess if I had to choose, maybe I'd choose the Two Towers. Calder's saying yuck because he hasn't seen it, because I've been trying to plan a watch party with him and a few other people for maybe 3 years at this point, and he's the reason it's not happening. So,
Is it? Am I?
no, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
It's just kind of not happened. But if we don't do it, I might not be around soon. So Lord of the Rings,
right.
I put on here.
Test me,
watched
bitch.
for the first time ever in my life. I think maybe 4 years ago at this point. 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago at this
Good
point.
luck.
And I've still only seen them all the one time. It was the extended editions, but I've been waiting to watch them again so I can watch them with some people, as I mentioned. But genuinely, just like, I knew that they were good, and I kind of just put off watching them because it's a big commitment. But man, I kind of the upper echelon of adapted into film from other media, like, examples. It's like it's so good in every way. It's the peak of it. It's the peak of it.
Yeah. Probably my
and not
biggest blind spot of this decade for sure.
Yeah. And we will watch it, and maybe when we watch it, we'll do a series on it. I don't know, or we'll watch it and then watch it again and do a
Only
series
if
on
they
it, whatever.
take out War. Only if they put War of Rohirrim back in theaters.
Sure. I remember when people thought about that movie. Anyway,
And
so
then
Lord
they
of the
didn't,
Rings
pretty
obviously
quickly.
deserves yeah, not for long. Deserves to be on here. It's my number 3. So good. My number 2, you already mentioned it, Spirited Away. Just what a magical movie. Just like you said, it's like a
masterpiece
warm
for sure.
hug. It is a masterpiece. I could watch that movie a million times. It's just so good. And I
Almost as good as Shrek.
I always walk away from watching Spirited Away feeling good and feeling warm. And we already kind of talked about how good it is. We also did an episode on this if you want to hear us talk about it more. Your turn.
My number 2 is a very sleeper hit. Kind of ridiculous that it's my number 2, but it's my list, you fucking skunks. The Empty Man. Have you ever heard of this movie in your entire life?
Not in my life. You've never mentioned it.
So basically, and I don't want to give anything away.
Should
It's
I not
about
be
a-
Googling it right now?
Probably not. It's about
Okay.
a guy who's a cop, an ex-cop, I should say. And there is a sort of demonic spirit that is taking people over. And he's trying to figure out what's going on. I don't really want to give more than that up because it's such a twisty, turny movie. But James Badge Dale, who is the lead actor, is just fantastic. And it's one of my favorite horror thrillers I've seen in the last year. And I think, again, another movie I think about constantly. There are so many things in this movie that just like come into my head. And every
Stick
time
with ya.
I'm kind of, yeah, they come in my head.
To your head. Yeah.
Yeah, all into it. And almost any time Hillary and I are kind of not looking for something to watch, I have to stop myself from saying like, hey, do you want to watch The Empty Man? Because it's one that I heard about and then showed her and then she liked, which doesn't happen very often.
Cool.
I try to find stuff in her Q zone, but her Q zone is like trying to catch a feral cat. You know,
Sure.
it's hard to pin down. But The Empty Man is just, it's the kind of movie that if I was going to make a movie, I'd want to make this.
Yeah.
And I love it and watch it all the time.
All right.
And then I guess do your number 2 and then we'll do our number 1s together.
I already did my
And
number
we'll
2.
talk
It was
over each
Spirited
other.
Away.
Oh, okay. So then my number 1.
Yep.
You probably expected this, though I didn't expect I would put it on the list in this fashion. Kill Bill Volume 1. Mentioned a couple months ago, I saw The Whole Bloody Affair.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was like last month. A month ago. Almost to the day. I didn't like The Whole Bloody Affair when I think back on it now. I think the form of that Kill Bill Volume 1 is in is the perfect way for this movie to exist.
Yeah.
And I like Volume 1 so much more than Volume 2, which I don't think is a...
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, it's not a hot take at all. But it's one of these things I throw on all the time just to have it on in the background. I love the vibe. I love the world building. It's really the only Tarantino movie that I genuinely love to watch. A lot of the other ones, I'm a little hit or miss on. Like even Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Not my favorite at all.
I did almost put Django Unchained on my list, which I think is maybe my Kill Bill, but I also haven't seen it in a while. I haven't seen Kill Bill in a while either. I did love Kill Bill when you showed me it. So,
yeah. But yeah,
great
it's just
pick.
great vibe. One of the best original world building action movies where it's like there's a whole universe surrounding it.
Yeah.
And
now it has
the anime thing in the center is fucking sick. And now it has the Fortnite version.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I was going to say now it's in Fortnite.
That I hated that thing.
I know.
Like 90% of the
As soon
thing
as
about
I saw it,
Kill
I was
Bill-
like, oh, Calder gonna.
90% of the thing about Kill Bill is that they're not just shooting guns at each other.
Yeah.
It's like they're
But it's
samurai
Fortnite.
swords. That's the point.
But it's Fortnite.
Makes me want to shit my pants.
All right. Now for a better movie. My number 1, Surf's Up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like serious?
Serious. I'm not serious about it being a better movie, but it is my number 1.
Really?
Yeah. I just fucking love Surf's Up, man.
It's fun.
I was
man.
at family Thanksgiving. Olivia's cousin threw Surf's Up on the TV. Everyone was talking. I was just watching Surf's Up.
It's good. It works.
It's so good. It's a tight 90, so it's not overstaying its welcome. It gets everything it wants to do.
A lovely performance by Shia.
Great performances all around. I love how it was made so that it feels very like documentary, kind of like handheld footage. Like I just love everything about the movie. It's so good, and I love the message and how I'm left feeling afterwards. So Surf's Up is my number 1 B.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is it?
I mean,
That
that's
I-
number 1, but
Well, just because you're like, how can Surf's Up be the best movie of the last 25 years is kind of how you're looking at it.
that's not really. I have Superbad and Kill Bill. Like, it's not really that. It's just that I didn't realize you love Surf's Up that much.
I feel like I don't shut up about how much I love Surf's Up, but maybe I need to talk about it more.
I think to me you don't. Oh, you don't have to. To me you do though. You shut up about it too.
I will say
Except
one
on
of
the
the
one episode we did. We did a Surf's Up episode.
We did a Surf's
And
Up episode.
We should do Surf's Up WrestleMania.
Well, maybe
But that's
we'll
for
see.
another.
I will say one of the greatest joys of my life is that my top 2 here, Spirited Away and Surf's Up, you went into thinking you wouldn't like very much, and then you enjoyed both of them quite a bit.
Those are the
and that
greatest
makes me
joys of your
very
life.
happy. I said one of.
What about the first time you kissed a girl?
I remember
when
crying,
you were
so
27 years old.
I'm not even 27 now.
I know. Still haven't made the move.
It still hasn't happened, I guess is what you're saying. Yeah. All right. That's our top 10. Calder, I love the idea you had of breaking this into 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because we went a little long. So you're actually probably all listening to this later than... Yeah. Well, I don't need to say all this. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of the podcast.
Thank you.
That was our top 10 movies of the last 25 years. Just kind of generally, our opinions and thoughts and feelings here. Nothing official. We're not declaring this. We're just sharing this.
Right.
Anything else to say?
No, I think that's it for me.
So if I'm doing the math in my head correctly, either next week you will have an episode about a random movie, or it will be Scream 1.
Yeah. It'll either be They Live, which is what we talked about.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. What do you want me to say here?
I was just... You seemed to
I'm freaking
disagree
out,
with
man.
what I was saying. We did not. We were hoping to have another week before we said what is next week. So I probably shouldn't have said what's next week.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me here.
So here's what I'll say. Next week there will be another episode, and we hope you like it. Thank you everyone for listening. We'll catch you.
Then our next franchise Scream?
We'll see. Oh, thanks everybody.
Okay.
I think it will be. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Don't stop recording. Did you stop recording?
Don't stop recording at the end.
Yeah. Okay, now I say that we should do an outro for the first bit and then an intro for the second bit.
All right.
Okay, so here's
Follow
outro.
my lead.
Okay.
Follow my lead.